FS1. What a scene for it. Friartown. And what a start it's been for Marquette, the 8th-ranked team in the country. But the Golden Eagles haven't won here in almost 6 years. How about a storied Big East battle before the ball drops? And with that, we welcome you inside the end. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to Vin Parisi, my friend. I'm Emmanuel Bergari. Now, Vin, Marquette's top 10 for a reason. But that all changes when you're in Friartown.
Well, you know, they got veterans. They got some of the best defenders in the league. And they have all-American star power with Cam Jones. And they will need all of it because this is one of the toughest buildings in America to get a road W.
Always tough. Anyone throughout the Big East would admit that. And Marquette would admit that. They haven't won here since February of 2019. Our starting lineup sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. The storyline for Providence, no Bryce Hopkins for a third straight game.
Yeah, and another game to where Kim English is going to need other guys to step up with defensive matchups. More importantly, some scoring punch on the perimeter. And Jaden Pierre can be that guy in the shooting and scoring column.
Much improved, 42% three-point shooter this year. And he was all over St. John's, pouring in 16 in that crushing defeat last time out. Cam Jones is in the National Player of the Year conversation.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's just doing it all for Shaka Smart. And everybody knows it's coming. He's at the top of every scouting report. They're trying every type of defensive look to throw at him, and he just keeps pouring it on.
Kim English said it's like defending a really good NBA player. Well, not too long from now, Cam Jones could be doing that to fellow NBA teams. So underway, the AMP, one of the best atmospheres in college basketball, and spending New Year's Eve in style. Corey Floyd Jr., linchpin, Kim English calls him, does everything for Providence. Bensley Joseph off 18 against St. John's, 7 to shoot. Joseph in for Oswin Erunse. Blocked away, but a foul call.
And it's customary here at the AMP. You got to stand until the ball goes through the basket.
Kim English, he just says we're not quite there habitually after that St. John's loss. It's about doing the right thing, right play, all the time.
Yeah, doing the little things, and obviously that would have been huge in the confidence department, but you got another chance to get it back on your home floor.
Now, Ben, when
everyone's sitting down.
Yeah, now they start to sit down. And speaking of settling
Good thing you weren't doing that, by the way. What
exactly.
Are you, 6'6"?
I'm 6'6". I would have been blocking people behind me. I was thinking settling in, just like the fans who are sitting down right now. These teams 10 and 11 days off. Did that play a factor early on?
Well, you know, both head coaches brought that up at the game day shoot-arounds. They're interested to see how they come out for the first 1 or 2 media timeouts. Not force the issue. I think you'll see them run stuff a little bit deeper into the shot clock. Let it come to him.
How about the defense from Joseph on Cam Jones?
It'll take a few minutes to get the cobwebs and the holiday leftovers out of the system.
Yeah, still shaking off that holiday meal. Here's the aforementioned Bensley Joseph, a leader coming over from Miami.
Look at how they switch everything so easily on the perimeter.
Joseph from deep, knocks it down, and a 5-0 Friar start.
Not that they'll take it, but Shaka Smart almost gave a look like, okay, we switched. You hit a deep 3 on the wing, and it was half contested. I mean, they're going to have to keep working.
David Joplin. There's a foul on the floor. Joplin just passing 1,000 career points at Marquette in that hard-fought win at Xavier for head coach Shaka Smart. And the key here is culture and retention. Marquette last 3 years, they haven't accepted one D1 transfer. Only team in the country to do that.
Well, if you're a Marquette, Milwaukee Big East fan and you're an old-school basketball purist, I mean, you're a fan of the way Shaka does it. And freshmen and sophomores get better with development. Juniors and seniors return. They haven't really gone crazy with any transfers. And
Ross inside, draws the foul. Chase Ross attacking hard to the basket. He's one of those guys who stayed and developed.
Yeah, just the way he's able to turn the corner. You know, Ross is such a load to handle because it's not just the first line of the defense. Ross could get to the teeth of the defense. This team is as good at getting paint touches and scoring in the paint as any team in the nation. It's predominantly the guards. And they have an attack downhill mentality, as Shaka calls it. Get downhill to the middle of that paint. Good things will happen in the middle, and good things will happen on the perimeter as well.
Isn't it funny? You normally think points in the paint, you think, oh, they got size. Well, that's not the case with Marquette. They have aggressive, athletic guards.
And that's this day and age. Besides three-point shooting, is you don't have the traditional back-to-the-basket bigs, and you want action in the paint, you want to draw fouls. It's going to be with your perimeter.
Pierre and Barron with the early Providence foul. Joseph, nice move. Throws it up. Oswin tips it, kept alive by Corey Floyd. Pierre hit that one from Eaton Street. What a start for the Friars.
His stroke has gotten better and better throughout his career. He didn't have the green light for that type of shot out of their half-court offense a couple of years ago. Now he does in a big-time way. Ultimate confidence from Kim English.
Nice move from Joplin. Battle on the deck. You can sense that urgency from Providence early, but this stays with Marquette.
Yeah, this fan base is itching. They lost that St. John's game by an offensive rebound in a matter of seconds. They want to even up the score here. You got bodies flying early on the deck.
Pierre nearly takes it away. Stevie Mitchell, key leader for Marquette, sets up a Joplin triple, much needed for the Golden Eagles.
More than half of Joplin's shot attempts are from three-point land. As long and as active as he is, he's going to stretch you in the half court.
This is stripped away. There's that defense, the deflection from Mitchell. What a fight from Jones. Joplin blocked away, but it'll count. Now Marquette's responded with a couple of buckets.
Well, one thing Shaka Smart talked about today is just because we're on the road, run, fill, and share it. Doesn't mean we need to walk it up and control tempo. You do sometimes in hostile environments, as it will be this evening, but let's get out and run. Let's try to get easy ones.
Joseph threads the needle. Cardette lays it in. Wesley Cardette fresh off the bench.
It's a big message from Kim English as they prepare today.
Jones the answer.
Besides trying to make that man work. But don't just try to break their pressure and then be passive with it. Break their three-quarter court pressure to score.
Yesterday in practice, exclusively 2-on-1 drills to start. More swarming defense scooped up by Jones. Ross heaves, knocks it down. How about the answer from the Golden Eagle?
This is why Marquette is so tough, because it's not just Cam Jones. It's multiple Golden Eagles that could hurt you from three-point land, not just in the half court, but in transition.
What a start we have tonight. What a way to spend New Year's Eve downtown Providence at the M. Story that East Town. By a long shot, the first time these two teams have met up. You go all the way back to their NIT battles. The legendary John Thompson, a part of that. Go back to the 1960s and flash forward to the first Big East meeting. This, of course, Marquette's 20th year as part of the league. 52-point showing from Marcus Howard, the all-time leading scorer for the Golden Eagles. But whenever you go to the IB, this series starts to shift a little bit there.
Yeah, they've had some epic battles along the way. I'll tell you, 3 years ago, I was up for an epic blizzard up here. We got snowed in. Shaka, Ed Cooley, city shut down. They had to delay the game 24 hours. Snow plows everywhere. Your colleague, John Fanta, was given weather reports. It was unbelievable.
On social media, that's not the weirdest thing to happen. We've had a bat game, a wet floor game.
Yeah.
Everything's happened in this season series.
Yeah.
Well, Marquette, after the Providence Red Hot start, they've responded with an 11-2 run, 3 of 3 from deep. Ryan Mila, freshman revelation, grew up about an hour north of here in Natick, Massachusetts. Pierre fires off the mark, and Joplin high for the rebound.
So I think Pierre could break down the bigger goal when they switch out like that big on little on the perimeter.
Cam Jones just dialed up a 3. He's looking to find that shot. Joplin with 10 to shoot. Mila hounds him. Mitchell spinning through 2, off the window.
He is so deceivingly quick when he turns the corner on any of their dribble handoffs or pick and roll action, a tough cover. And he is a hound on this end as well, the veteran for Shaka.
Extended 13-2 run for Marquette now. Stevie Mitchell potties the way that Shaka Smart's teams play. Pierre with 5 to shoot. Jaden Pierre with 2. Shot clock violation. How about this Marquette defense?
See, that right there is a clinic in half-court defensive communication, because it wasn't just about the Friars wanting to settle on the perimeter. They were trying. Every driving lane that they tried closed up. They were taking away angles. 4 to 5 navy blue jerseys communicating, talking, and pointing at all times. And if you're Providence, you're going to have to fight that offensively, be better, screen, be aggressive, and get into the teeth of the defense.
Marquette, what they do, 5th nationally in turnover margin. Here's Ross off the dribble. Ross to the basket. Off-balance shot for Chase Ross. 10-0 run. Takeaway, Cam Jones. Marquette starting to feel it. Jones all the way home. And the Golden Eagles coming up golden.
And think of how many times we have seen that highlight this season. Cam Jones going left and finishing high and soft off the window.
So smooth inside. Is that a 17-2 Marquette run? Mila rims it out. Joplin the board.
See whether it's Joplin, Ross, Jones.
Joplin, oil on the rim. Cardette the rebound.
These guys, you have to respect their perimeter touch. And then when you play them honest on the perimeter, they all have the ability to break you down and get to the cup and finish.
Teamwork so surgical. Joplin banks it in. How about a 14-0 run, 19-2, spanning the last 4 minutes. Marquette settled in here on the holiday. Mila.
So the bigs are moving their feet. The bigs are digging in defensive stances and not getting beat off the bounce. Good hands, active hands. Parham 6'8". Speaking of 6'8", that last sequence offensively, it was 6'8" Joplin coming off the dribble handoff and turning the corner into the paint. That's something that usually smaller guards are doing. That's what makes Marquette such a tough matchup on the perimeter.
Norman misfires. Floyd Jr. the rebound. What are you looking for from Providence offensively to break this run?
I think you got to get action towards the rim. But I think you can't get yourself bottled up like that. Penetration and pitch, draw a second defender, let it lead to a high percentage open look. Right now, you got to get north. You got to get downhill. Marquette's making them play a lot of east-west, sideline to sideline.
Jones against Abdur Rahim, who just checked in. Cardette switches on. Parham with the aggressiveness, a foul on the floor. Royce Parham grew up in the Pittsburgh suburbs, freshman. He settled in very nicely in an off-the-bench role.
Well, they start all juniors and seniors, but Shaka has a couple of nice freshmen that we'll see and talk about that are trying to, as he says, learn this culture early so they can make those jumps like a Cam Jones, like a Mitchell, like a Ben Gold did.
Shot clock resets to 20. Out of the corner, a 3. Not close for Demarius Owens. Osman the rebound. 16-2 Marquette run spanning the last 5:30. Joseph on the skip. Abdur-Rahim likes it from deep. Mitchell the rebound. Marquette taking this Providence crowd out of the game.
Yeah, and if you're quiet offensively, you got to find secondary ways to score. It may have to be the offensive boards or the free throw lines for the Friars here to stop the bleeding initially.
Right in the passing lane, that's what Mitchell does. Stevie Mitchell off the window. 16-0 Marquette run.
Well, he's one of the best defenders in the Big East. And then he has that veteran NBA vet game to where he slowed himself down at the end. Just read that pass in lane. Kim English with the timeout to talk it over. Crowd not happy.
Marquette silencing the crowd at the amp. The Golden Eagles, this is what they do. They force turnovers, run out in transition under Shaka Smart. They have 3 guys who are top 100 in the country in steals a game. Tonight, no different.
No different. I mean, think about this, folks. We haven't even played 9 minutes of this basketball game. Marquette has 6 steals. Providence has 7 turnovers already. And it's the points off turnovers, 11-3. That's the thing when you talk to other coaching staffs in the Big East about Shaka's crew this year. They don't just play at a frenetic pace defensively. They don't just get in you. They don't just get deflections. They make you pay for it at the other end. Their defense, a lot of coaches like to say it, their defense truly leads to their offense.
And Shaka Smart, when he took the Marquette job, said he wanted to do something like a balance between what he did at VCU in the Havoc and what he did at Texas. It seems that's being executed to a T.
Look at this. Again.
Another one. Stevie Mitchell, 7 steals already.
Nice pass.
Here's this ball movement from Marquette on a 14-0 run, 21-2 over the last 7 minutes. Jones finding his shot. Cam Jones, so impressive.
He just, whether he starts right or goes left to right, he's always going to come back to the left over that right shoulder. And you know what? The whole league watches film. Everybody knows that it's coming. He just still finds a way.
Cardette. Abdur-Rahim the rebound off the Cardette miss and a foul on the floor. So at that point, it's not about defensive execution. It's about a great player in Cam.
Well, yeah, you got to. Listen. I mean, we're talking All-American honors potentially here for a reason. I mean, he's just going to make it happen. But you think back to another Golden Eagle. We just saw the clip a few minutes ago of Marcus Howard. Everyone knew the three-point shot was coming with Marcus Howard. Everyone knows it's coming with Steph Curry. I mean, the great ones get to where they want to get to for their shot anyway when it comes to their personal shot selection.
Cardette.
So their hands everywhere. We may be breaking records soon for steals and turnovers.
Cam Jones is unbelievable. 10 early for Jones and Marquette on a 26-2 run.
And this, let me tell you something, this amp crowd, this joint is filled. And it is as quiet as church right now.
Cardette breaks a 21-0 Marquette run. Much needed break in the scoring drought.
They needed that. But now you got to get it done on this end. Try to string together a couple stops in a row and build off that momentum if you're the Friars. Look at this.
Jones can shoot from anywhere. Heat check. Battle on the floor. Rich Barron with that big body. Wrestling it away and a jump ball.
And that's what you want to see. You're going to have some brutal stretches in conference play in this league, whether you're home or away, we know that. Still a ton of basketball to be played. Get on the floor, get dirty, try to win some of those 50-50 balls. And Kim English is watching right now. He's still shuffling. This team is still playing. It's still life without Bryce Hopkins. Who's going to step up? That's who's going to be in there in the second half when they give themselves a shot.
Friars have texted out extra, if you will, early in the season. Kim English, entering the year, said, who are we without Devin Carter or Josh Aduro or Ticket Gaines? Well, now you're without Bryce Hopkins, so these pieces got to gel.
Nice 3 on the ball.
Abdur-Rahim off the shot fake. Can't hit the 3. Mila the offensive rebound. Jarred away, but a foul call.
That's the thing, when you pass out of defensive scrambles like that. Because ideally, they'll like two defenders on the ball. You never want to have 3 on the ball and triple team that time. You got to have guys make shots, take advantage. There's not going to be many instances this evening on the perimeter to where you have a lot of daylight to operate and get off free jump shots near the arc. Not the way this Marquette team rotates.
It's 2 on Stevie Mitchell, so something to monitor for Marquette. He's replaced by Chase Ross.
That's a big exhale if you're some of these Providence guards right now. And Stevie Mitchell came out to play. Now you got to watch from an aggressive standpoint when he goes back in. I'd be surprised if Shaka sat him the entire rest of the half.
Jones off balance. Cam Jones having his way.
He made that finish look easy.
He can do it from anywhere. 12 already for Cam Jones. Came back to Marquette with unfinished business, he called it. You're seeing why. Pierre. And this heads right back to the Golden Eagles. You see that bench involved.
See, I like the mindset from Pierre that time. He didn't settle from deep. He had the much bigger gold on him on the perimeter. He tried to take advantage of that defensive mismatch. He just got himself sped up just a little too much and got himself out of control, though.
Gold screen. Jones already with 12. Joplin. Back for Jones. Nice extra feed. Ross too strong. Joplin the offensive rebound. David Joplin wills his way to the free throw line.
That was nothing but hustle and grit from Joplin that time. He's their second leading offensive rebounder on the season. Has a great nose for the ball and a better motor. Just keeps coming at you.
He's a guy who was born to be a star at Marquette. David Joplin grew up in Milwaukee. Has that infectious energy. Anything that the team needs, that's his MO. And he took that next step with an added strength after his sophomore year. And his scoring has reached a new level. Also thrives right here at the free throw line. 3rd in the Big East, 89%.
You don't see that often. From 6'8" guys nearing 90% from the charity stripe.
Making 9 already for Joplin. Go back the last 9 minutes, a 25-4 Marquette run to take the Providence crowd out of the game. Barron from way outside, back to the Golden Eagles. Well, Cam Jones was feeling it out the first couple of minutes, but we're seeing Cam Jones tonight at the end, finding his shot. 12 early for the superstar for the Golden Eagles.
Repertoire, and really his team has set the tone early defensively. Obviously, they're trying to pressure up with him on the perimeter. He made it pay off the bounce. Then he shows what he could do when he runs up the sideline and spots up when his teammates are handling the basketball. He's beat you left, he's beat you right. I mean, he's just such a load to handle. And this is why we're talking not just being right there for Big East Player of the Year, but those All-American numbers. And highly, highly efficient. Most importantly here, like we were talking about with Stevie Mitchell earlier, staying out of foul trouble. And look at the way his game evolved, because his first couple of years in the league, he was surrounded by Tyler Kolitz. He played more off the ball, spot up more behind the three-point arc. Now, yes, 1 out of every 3 shots is from deep, but he's just shown that he could beat you in so many ways on the offensive end.
Cam Jones, a unique story in the stage of college basketball. He could have declared for the NBA draft. He could have transferred. Lowry just off the bench. Osman the rebound. He said no. Easy sell for the Marquette coaching staff. You need this summer to take the next step. He'll be a lottery pick next year, he said. I'm game for that. Corey Floyd back in the game. Off the head fake to the free throw line.
See, that's getting downhill. That's offensive action. When you're down, when you need points on the scoreboard that Kim English is going to be happy with. Not settling, not taking contested jump shots, fading away action. That's a great example of getting downhill, trying to make something happen.
So with that free throw, Corey Floyd Jr., his father Corey Floyd Sr. played here at Providence back in '91 and '92. They're now tied on the Providence leaderboard with 341 career points. It's a pass, the big bad, and he does.
I was about to say, let's see if he just gave it the old broadcaster's jinx there.
Unjinxable. Setting up a wide open 3. Lowry off the bench. That jolt per usual. Zayd Lowry.
Shocking's just getting the role players and everyone jumping in on the party right now from the perimeter.
Floyd again.
Look at the way they react. All 5 guys moving on every pass and every bounce.
That's a shot you want defensively from Jaden Pierre. First look at Caden Hamilton coming off the bench. Big man, redshirt freshman, replacing the junior Ben Golds. 62% shooting for the Golden Eagles with this hounding defense. With 8 to shoot. Pierre loses control.
Zone look with the bigs up high, and still able to move the feet and close down lanes. Nice.
What a find. Hamilton denied by Osman.
I'll tell you, you mentioned the 62% shooting offensively, and we're talking about the steals here as they try to connect on this nice roll action on the other end. But just as impressive is not only does Marquette turn you over, their ball security is always at an elite level. The Friars have 10, they only have 1 turnover, and we've seen that so far in their first 2 conference wins.
Jones lobs it up, rims it out, Floyd the rebound. Here's a stats person look at only 9 turnovers a game. That's a beautiful thing to look at.
And it's not like they walk it up and take the air out of the ball and they're methodical. They get after you and turn defense into offense as well. How about that find?
Mila to Arunse. Osman Arunse. Providence so high on him, his development according to Kim English. Jones for Joplin. This time Providence with the defense. Joseph. Mila. No. Floyd the offensive rebound. Mismatch. Hensley Joseph. The help from Chase Ross.
Another driving lane closed up.
8 to shoot. Pierre contested. Short. And Ross the rebound. Jones on limited range. Joseph a long rebound.
Good defensive transition. Got back, looked for a second like the Friars had a run out. Emil has had stretches this year to where he's given them offensive punch.
kind of facilitating. Floyd is swarmed. Lowry nearly takes it away. Marquette exactly how they want to execute.
See, and right there, Shaka didn't call anything. And this is something that they're known for. They always have the green light to just randomly double team like that. And then the other three guys react and talk and rotate out.
Even if you're off the ball, energy-giving behaviors for Shaka Smart, a huge thing.
And that's an ideal area right up along the sideline.
4 to shoot. Floyd has to heave. Lowry the rebound. All Marquette in this first half on New Year's Eve. Telegraph pass and Joseph to steal. Bensley Joseph. It's a tough shot. Got another jump ball. Marquette coming out hot, holding the lead. Defense to offense. The 8th-ranked team in the country looking like it. Marquette, 8th-ranked team in the country, no problems. Tough place to play at the AMP in this first half. That's because of defense, defense, defense. They love playing defense, and they're executing it tonight.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And there's two major concepts going on right now, and it's not just the fact that the Providence Friars are only shooting 26% from the field and the Golden Eagles are putting on a defensive clinic. It's the fact that they're making them pay and scoring off it. 18-3 in the scoring column off turnovers, 10-2 off fast breaks. And that is their bread and butter, especially in the first half when they set the tone.
Did it against Xavier, doing it again tonight. Marquette averages 10 steals a game. They're already at 10 in this first half. You're Providence. How do you respond? How do you quell some of this momentum?
Well, once again, I think you got to just you got to try to get continuity. You got to try to find secondary ways to score. Obviously, you're not stroking it from deep offensively, so let's try to get some dribble handoff, pick and roll, downhill action, get some ping touches, perimeter and front line. Maybe you got to hit the offensive boards, free throw line. You're going to go through stretches like this. You cannot get it back all at once. But more importantly, at this end, you got to try to string together a couple of stops in a row before you attempt that momentum.
Chase Ross at the controls. Cam Jones, player of the year conversation. He's got 12 early. Gold for Jones. And Gold lines it up, and he can shoot from out there.
See, right there was classic Marquette half-court offense.
Bryce Hopkins is his 3rd straight game out, 2nd straight Big East game out, but looking far different than the St. John's first half.
Yeah, listen, this is a frustrating situation. I'm sure it's it's frustrating to Bryce, frustrating to the team, to the fans. I mean, you only know if you're healthy enough to go, and honestly, they're scrapping and clawing, trying to find secondary ways to contribute.
All that excitement. Spent a year coming back from that ACL injury. The hype coming back. Hopkins looking so good those first couple of games. 8 to shoot. Mila in control to the free throw line. Largest Marquette lead, Ryan Mila. Hasn't looked overmatched at all this year as a freshman, going downhill.
Job of keeping the defender on his right shoulder that time.
That's 2 fouls on Ben Golds and Ryan Mila. The assistant coach Dennis Felton went to recruit, and he was looking at other guys. Dennis Felton reported back to Kim English and said, I'm having a hard time ignoring this guy, Ryan Mila. He does everything so well, maybe not your prototypical Providence recruit, but they love his selflessness and how everything's about the bigger picture for this team. Defense from Mila here. Lowry from deep. Oh, man. Zay Lowry with the range.
They closed down some driving range. Just Floyd was a second late, rotating out. They are clicking on all cylinders right now, even with a couple of guys in foul trouble.
Joseph, tough shot. Rebound Joplin.
You saw it before with that Ben Gold make during these constant two-man situations.
Ross off the mark. The cleanup from Parham. Marquette's getting it from everywhere.
That's hustle points with Kim English not happy on the sidelines.
Really starting to rain down in Friartown.
Good. Best defensive stance there at that end was Shaka. Still get low and get in a good stance.
Let's see that shooter out. Pierre.
How to take advantage of those opportunities.
Pierre now 1 of 5 from deep. As Rich Barron and Osman Arunsen will come back in for Providence. Bensley Joseph gets a seat alongside Ryan Mila.
Now listen, nobody has more three-point makes on the season for the Friars than Jaden Pierre. They just cannot get anything going right now. Good play.
Barron banks it home. Rich Barron, one of those glue guys. A surprise last year, taking that next step. Gritty player from Chicago, unheralded. Jones, make it 14.
That's just too easy. No resistance.
And make it a 25-point Marquette lead.
They show aggressively on ball screens.
Pierre struggling to find that spot. Bad pass, and back to Marquette.
How good is this defense? They take away the driving lanes, get the deflection, and then take away a passing lane. Accomplish all three sometimes in a matter of seconds.
That turnover margin exceeding the average by 3 on the season for Marquette. They look like a team on a mission. Jones facilitated. Joplin on the step back. Long offensive rebound for Jones. For 3. Another long offensive rebound. Chase Ross can't cash in. Parham. Providence got awfully fortunate there. Five-second differential. Shot and game clock. Headed the other way with Lowry doing his thing. This will be the largest halftime lead for Marquette all year if it holds into the break. And this is against the Big East team. This is different for them.
And one of the tougher places to play.
Haven't won here since
league.
February of 2019. That's when you had Marcus Howard.
We're talking with Shaka earlier today. He has been in his guy's ear these last couple of days about battling this crowd, dealing with a hostile environment, but they have just been so efficient on both ends. They've taken that part out of the equation.
Joplin on the roll, making 27 into the break for Marquette. Nearly had another. A Mona Lisa first half for Marquette at the end.
Well, it started off as a defensive clinic for Shaka's crew, and then they just made it happen at the other end consistently, on pace to score nearly 100 at the end.
Unreal showing into the halftime locker room. And coming up on our Jeep halftime report, preview of Friday's matchup between Michigan State and Ohio State. That's coming up. Marquette up big on New Year's Eve. Marquette, its largest first half lead of the season, 27 into the break behind 14 from that guy. Cam Jones, National Player of the Year candidate, having his way at Providence. And the Marquette defense, Vin, that's the theme so far tonight.
Oh, it is. And it's, you know, they set the tone early, the first 5 or 6 minutes of this basketball game. And then it somehow got better and better and better. And it started off with closing down driving lanes. They were in passing lanes. Yeah, they had Gold and Stevie Mitchell pick up a second foul, but it was their cohesiveness as a group on that defensive end. And once again, every time it seemed like there was a turnover or change of possession, the Golden Eagles had taken advantage of it on the offensive end as well.
How do you approach this second half of your Providence at home?
Well, I think you got to be strong with the basketball. You got to screen. You got to be aggressive, and you got to expect pressure. They're going to hound you, and that's something tough to prepare for and simulate all the time in practice.
Cam Jones leading the Golden Eagles out of the break. The starting five for Marquette out there. Ryan Mila.
See, no hesitation to switch, and hard shows on ball screens.
Mila's been taking it downhill. Strong does there. Osman the offensive rebound.
Good Strong.
Arunse passes out. Barron heaves and knocks it down.
And that is Barron's bread and butter. 41 of his 57 field goal attempts coming in were from deep. So Kim English needs some offensive answers right now. That could be a factor.
Gold way short. Stevie Mitchell on the offensive glass. Not close, and Mila clear.
Listen, you want to talk about nose for the ball. Stevie Mitchell, 6'3". He's their leading offensive rebounder on the season by far. That's not something you see often in season box scores for clubs.
Stevie Mitchell does essentially everything for this Marquette team, and he's doing it this year with tendonitis in both Achilles. He's been held out of practice a lot and saved for spots like these, live game action, and looking seamless tonight. How about this ball movement? Cam Jones, no. Knocked out by Ben Gold, and right back to the Friars. Cam Jones, 14 first half points on 6 of 11.
See, now they like this little, it's more like three-quarter court token zone pressure, and then they usually drop back into like a nice little half-court zone defense out of that, but they have the green light to do that. Just random double teams, run and jump you.
Barron off the mark that time. And Marquette turning that defense into offense all night. Nice pass from Jones. Mitchell for two. That's pretty.
It's not just the bigs. The guards do a great job of spacing the court, slipping back cuts, pick and roll, handoffs. They're constantly playing in two-man game, three-man game scenarios out there on the court. Shot calls to keep the action going.
Pierre from deep. Oh, wow. Range from Jaden Pierre.
But they need it. It's their top three-point shooter, and they need it in a desperate way.
Jones hesitation. Keeping track already. 7 assists tonight for Jones, above his season average. Around the world. Ross back to the corner. Mitchell from downtown. And Marquette double it up. Providence on the road.
Well, big on little with Cam Jones got them into a scrambling situation, and then it became all about recovery. Bad closeout, bodies in the air.
Pierre trying to take matters into his own hands tonight. Not efficient, though, 2 of 8. Cam Jones to the basket. He is unreal.
What's crazy is he almost slows himself down sometimes when it looks like he's going to speed up. Makes it look easy.
Kind of reminds you of that Jalen Brunson playing in slow motion, another lefty. Pierre can't answer back. Deflection for Floyd Jr.
Is your New York broadcaster sign coming out? I like it.
I'll call it a Nova Philly sign. Here's a 3. Floyd is short. And the aforementioned Jones clears the rebound. Oh, nice feed from Jones. Joplin. Pierre looks to retrieve. stays this side of the floor with Marquette. Stevie Mitchell, Vin, you said it. He does it all for Marquette. Coming out strong second half. Mitchell, Achilles injuries and all, off the Jones feed for 2. It's all Marquette. Early second half at the Amp on the road where they haven't won in almost 6 years. Well, making easy work of Providence tonight on New Year's Eve. Much to the delight of Tyler Kolek. He's in town. He grew up in the Ocean State. He's watching his Golden Eagles take down the Friars. Current New York Knick, Tyler Kolek.
Now, it's been good for him to come back and watch his old crew. Stays in touch, great friends with current players, the coaching staff, Shaka. Talk about somebody who bled that Marquette culture of getting better and better as his career went on.
Former Big East Player of the Year. He might be watching a future Big East Player of the Year in Cam Jones tonight.
Studied him well. There was a lot of contact that time. I thought Mr. Gaffney was going to blow the whistle a few bumps earlier.
That goes down as Barron's second. Aiden Hamilton, the redshirt freshman. He's developed in a big time way, according to Shaka Smart. Dropped 20 pounds in the offseason. Jones, oh my goodness. Cam Jones getting to his spot.
He has more little soft touch shots, jump hooks, and spins. Within a few feet of the cup than most bigs in this league.
Abdur-Rahim, an air ball cleared by Hamilton. And 2 more points for Cam Jones, his 8th 20-point game of the season. Jones wants it. And a running rebound, Cardette. Man-to-man again from Marquette. Mila, right downhill. Given out. Darren the shot fake. The triple. Oh, my. Providence not close on its last 2 attempts from the perimeter.
But it didn't help his rhythm by keeping those feet frozen. Got the defender flying in the air. Maybe one little space dribble there to get back into rhythm would have helped him. Well, I like the mindset of Mila to try to get downhill and make something happen with it.
The Providence staff is talking about all the time. The approach from Ryan Mila always makes the right play, smart play. Seeing more of that tonight, even with the lack of it collectively for Providence. Joplin with 10 to shoot. David Joplin fading. Hamilton with 5. Cam Jones can shoot from anywhere, but can't beat the shot clock buzzer.
Oh. Bonk got himself tripped up almost. There you go.
Much needed 3. Wesley Cardette.
Kim English is just going with new rotations and faces on the bench to see if any type of crew could get something cooking here.
Norman misfires and a full head of steam for Cardette. Abdur-Rahim, a sniper. Mila the offensive rebound. Pierre, he's got it. Wesley Cardette, typically a starter, coming off the bench tonight. Jones for Hamilton, bumping, scoring. Assist number 8 for Jones.
See, Bonk just needs more minutes and reps to get used to that type of 2-man game at this level. That was just too easy off that pick and roll with Jones.
Mila battled up by Chase Ross. Cardette, someone that Kim English is challenging to be more bought in all the time. That was the theme at practice yesterday. Cardette coming off the bench tonight. And these are some of the areas, Vin, you look for, right? This stage of the game, this unit, what are they going to produce, even with a lopsided deficit?
Oh, no doubt. Scary part is we're talking about how they're still being active defensively. That big fella.
And Con Bump, all 7-2 of them.
And Stevie Mitchell still getting ready to check back in. It's just relentless. You get no break from it.
Farham. How about the defense? Bensley Joseph. Speaking of Stevie Mitchell, right back in for Caden Hamilton. Anton Bonk, that's the big body. Screening at the top from Vanuatu. South Pacific independent island nation, northeast of Australia.
Hey, he sets a screen.
Here comes Mitchell. Said that name a lot. Ross for three. Bonk high for the rebound.
You can tell the crowd is dedicated to Bonk being a crowd favorite during this season. Cardette
high off the window.
Shot the right back to Cam Jones at the table.
22-point margin. Marquette led by 27 at the break. Ross can't answer back.
And this crowd is itching. They're itching. They want to run. They want to shock a timeout. They're every little thing that they could do here to try to will their Friars.
They want two things, a run and some Anton Bonks. Here's Cardette to the free throw line. Certainly take that. Momentum into the stoppage for Providence, and the Friars not a whole lot of momentum tonight. Ball movement. Wesley Cardette challenge this week, answering in kind. Lion times tonight for second-year head coach Kim English. Let's go inside the huddle.
At the rim drag. Yo, I don't know what are you doing. Just dribbling, just nowhere. Yo, right now when we're playing the game, listen to me. Very simple. Play the game rules right now. Pass it, cut, move. But as we cut, this next guy got to build. Don't exchange. Cut to the rim.
And you know, sometimes when you're in predicaments like this, you just keep it simple. And that's what Kim English is doing. And you see, that's some pretty impressive company right there. I believe only Coach Pitino and Rick Barnes were the only two from that list to make the tournament in year 2.
Right, so Kim English off becoming the first Providence head coach ever with 20 or more wins in year 1. Year 2, yeah, this is a tough spot, but these coaching lessons, these teaching lessons, especially when you're without your best player, hoping for building blocks down the road.
Well, and you saw it in that huddle there. It wasn't overly complex. It was, listen, just worry about passing and cutting right now, because when guys start looking at the scoreboard, it becomes a mental and a psychological thing as well, not to overthink it.
Joseph, too strong on the 3. Rebound down to Ross.
See, like, that's not Bensley Joseph on the perimeter right there. Yeah, it's good hustle though, trying to get it back.
Battle defensively. 94-foot defender, Bensley Joseph. That was the MO coming over from Miami. Enjoyed a Final Four run a couple of years ago. And Bryce Hopkins, his 3rd straight game out. That after coming back from the torn ACL that he suffered in January.
They better not lose gold on the perimeter. He'll make you pay from deep as well.
Nice feed from Jones. Mitchell absorbs the contact from Joseph to the free throw line. First foul on Joseph and Stevie Mitchell, the Reading, Pennsylvania native. Senior guard for Marquette, does everything that Shaka Smart wants to do. He's at the free throw line and highlighted the Achilles injuries on both sides that he's dealing with this year. It's kept him out of most practices, but Marquette suffered that really tough, debilitating loss to Dayton. And the type of player and leader that Stevie Mitchell is, he said, I'm practicing the next day. And they responded.
And listen, you talk about that injury story, about what he's dealing with that. He's still their leading offensive rebounder. He's still one of the best perimeter defenders in the Big East. And nobody's taking more free throws than him either. So you know he's doing the little things, like we just saw.
Pierre Fernandez, Bonk, Joseph, and Mila. As Kim English goes with a different look, especially down low. He said, we've been struggling at the 5 position. Mila. Not close. Bensley, Joseph battling. Deflected by the aforementioned Mitchell. And Pierre had nothing else to do but hat Cam Jones.
It's tough. I thought that last sequence off that high screen that Pierre might have a chance to turn the corner and get downhill. Instead it led to a scramble in this. There's not the moments of daylight against them defensively are sometimes just the second where you have to make something happen.
Joplin bullying inside. Follows his own miss, and Mila cleans it up. Golden Mila. The freshman Mila patient. Nice find for Joseph. Misses the bunny.
Boy. I was just about to say, there you go. You know, not standing and watching, which when they got shell-shocked with that big lead early, cut away from the basketball. Joseph does it and can't finish the bunny. There's nothing going in.
Mitchell. He can do that too. Taking fewer three-pointers this year, Stevie Mitchell, but above 50% from beyond the arc. Pierre follows, and Providence keeps it alive. Fernandez, who just checked in. Tough pass for Bob.
They just always make you play under offensive duress.
And Chase Ross, one of the leaders defensively, can't thread the needle. And Bensley Joseph reads the eyes. Football pass, Pierre. Oh, another layup missed for Providence. Microcosm of the night for the Friars.
And Kim English is frustrated right now, talking with John Gaffney. It's frustrating all around. And to put icing on the cake, Mr. Gold showing that three-point stroke.
A platinum shot. Marquette, its largest lead at 29. Speaking of development, the culture. No one exemplifies it better than Ben Go at the amp, led by National Player of the Year candidate Cam Jones.
He's made it look easier and easier as this game's gone on. And it started in the first half. He got aggressive off the bounce. That led to confidence from deep. They tried to give him different defensive looks, but then when he gets to the paint and he operates with his back to the basket, he almost seems tougher to guard than just getting it done.
Time for tonight's Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. 18 and 9. And one more assist to a second double-double for Cam Jones this season. He triple-doubled Purdue earlier this year. That was the first Marquette triple-double since Dwayne Wade.
Not a bad player.
Pretty good. Pretty good this day.
It's the Naismith Hall of Fame, back from that 2003 Marquette club. Listen, you want to talk about getting it done. Besides Cam Jones, let's talk about the other end of the floor for a sec. When's the last time you've seen a team have 14 steals in a box score and there's still 8.5 minutes to go?
It's 4 above Marquette season average. And you said it, 8 and change to play. Mitchell.
Almost number 15.
How about another? forcing the turnover.
Deflection.
By the way, that's not a stat you'll see in the box score, deflections, but the Marquette coaching staff, they track deflections.
Oh, yeah.
And for every single player, they'll give them instant feedback. Chase Ross leads them in deflections, but Stevie Mitchell's close behind.
They're tracking a lot over there. Very demanding head coach, Dr. Smart he is.
With 3 to shoot.
He's got the big on him.
Jones, no. Nice defense there. Back to the Friars. 29-point lead for Marquette on the road. Cam Jones, #1 in more ways than one. The team in the country looking exactly like it, and then some against Providence. And Marquette, with more wins like these in convincing fashion, they're gonna jolt up their rankings even more. Mike DeCourcy is a Big East picture. Georgetown, how about that start? They're in the first 4 out. Marquette would be a 2 seed right now.
How about first 4 out before the ball drops? Pre-January first 4 out by the great Mike DeCourcy. I'll tell you, it's going to be the conference wars of this league are going to be fun in January and February.
This Providence team coming out of the huddle. They're in stores at UConn next time out. Doesn't get any easier.
Ooh. You got to come off and use that. Just pick up the dribble, 2 immediate defenders, they'll swarm.
Lloyd, no, but to the free throw line. Speaking of Big East battles, St. John's, what a game earlier today, exemplifying how hard it is to win on the road in the Big East at Creighton, the 1-point margin.
And you know, last year, early January, that game went down to the final possession as well out in Omaha for the Red Storm.
Corey Floyd earlier with those couple of free throws. Junior passing senior. And Providence all-time points. Providence Friar Corey Floyd Sr. back in 91 and 92. And not only Corey Floyd Sr., but the entire family got to watch him do it tonight. Zade Lowry leading the offense, a sophomore from Springfield, Missouri.
So you gotta pressure up on Gold like he's a guard when he's behind that arc.
Lynn with 4 to shoot. No on the 3. And a foul on the rebound attempt heads to Providence. Cardette with the positioning inside. Goes down as Gold's 3rd foul, induced by Wesley Cardette Jr. And then you mentioned this earlier. A couple of minutes in after the strong Providence start, Marquette silences it. They go on that 21-2 run. They're at this phase of the game. They haven't taken the foot off the gas, and some fans have exited as a result.
It's one thing to shell shock your opponent on the road, but then they just remain so disciplined on both ends that they did not even allow a run to make it interesting in terms of an answer.
Mila got the 3. You think complete efforts. They haven't let up at any phase tonight, Marquette. Mitchell. No from outside. Oswin the board. Lloyd somehow keeps the dribble and lays it home.
And just think of the shoot-around today. I was exhausted after Marquette's. I needed a nap. We got music going. We got chanting going. Shaka sends the guys over. We got the whole 15-man roster screaming in our faces.
Got spit in the face from Tatum Hamilton. Here's Mitchell. Get it to 3. Mila the rebound. If you're unaware, that's because Caden Hamilton will exert himself at every shoot-around. If some spectator happened to be us today, Caden Hamilton, as part of his development, they want that toughness, that ferocity. And I'll say I'm the big baddest and words we can't say. as he yells in your face.
So yes, it's a 22-point game, but that annoyed Kim English there because they worked on that baseline out of bounds stuff at today's shoot-around. He's still coaching them up, trying to work on things. You got to think big picture at this point. It's an out. What are you going to do the next 2 to 3 weeks with your conference matchups and trying to get better?
It's almost like free basketball, scrimmaging late for this group. Game all but decided early. Lowry, third triple tonight. Zayd Lowry putting on a show. Ten assists now for Cam Jones, second double-double of the year. Mila against a tough Joplin. Fighting with 7 to shoot. Barnett with 3. Knocked away with 1. Cam Jones doing it defensively as well.
Not competitive right now in terms of the scoreboard, and they're still playing suffocating D.
Look at the scoreboard, and no foot off the gas for Marquette.
And once again, this sounds like a broken record tonight. We're cutting off driving lanes, passing lanes, and everything contested.
Jones open for 3. Offensive rebound. Parham, the big man, the freshman to the free throw line.
Well, Shaka and Cam Jones just had a fun exchange, smiling at each other. The scary part is he has 18. He's had probably 3 or 4 threes cup in and out.
Shaka Smart saying of Cam Jones, sometimes I just leave it to him. He's better at basketball than I'll ever be. He actually knows the floor more than I'll ever know it. Like a second coach out there for Shaka Smart, who has his set of accolades that he can go on. How about that?
Not just turn you over, but turn it into points in a matter of seconds.
And stat comparison sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. Under 4 to play. Barron.
Here we go, Bob.
Anton Bob went low with it, and that's an area Kim English has tried to drive out of all of his big games, going low with the basketball. Marquette and Cam Jones feeling it. Zayd Lowry this time from outside. So much talk about Cam Jones on this Marquette team. How about the senior who's gotten better and better every year, Stevie Mitchell?
And you know what? It just complements Cam Jones and everything that the Golden Eagles do to perfection. Whether he's affecting the game on the defensive end, out of their defensive system, he can hurt you on the perimeter, he can hurt you off the bounce, does all the little things. 6'3", leading offensive rebounder. Nobody's taking more free throws, hustle points, checks all of those boxes that Shaka and the staff chart, which is not in your typical box score.
Linchpin of this program, Stevie Mitchell. That's a season high 5 steals, by the way. Here's a guy who has multiple steals every single game, taking it to a new level tonight, and now a well-deserved rest, making Reading, Pennsylvania his hometown proud. Also the hometown of Lonnie Walker.
Good work.
Stevie Mitchell said maybe one day he'll get to that level. Zayd Lowry wants a 4-3. And a foul on the rebound attempt. Corey Floyd Jr. not happy.
And coming out of that timeout, Shaka drew that one up for him. Little double pin down there for Lowry to get that deep one off.
Rewarding his guy, Zayd Lowry, who changed the number to number 7 in the Navy Blue this season, taking advantage of the rule change. Now you can wear any number 0 through 99. Providence now with 17 fouls, so rest of the way it's Marquette free throws, bonus time, and Demarius Owens gets a look for Shaka Smart. So the two freshmen who starred at Western Reserve Academy and led into a national prep championship last year, 10 and 13 in Navy Blue, Demarius Owens and Royce Parham on the floor together late for Marquette. And they beat Putnam in that national prep championship game. And Oswin Arunse, who we saw for Providence tonight, very familiar with one another. Mila, nice ball movement. Barron, Jotham Daniels denied. Gets it right back. Barron, that also jarred away. Marquette defense, you could go to anyone. It stays true. So it's Owens, Norman, Lowry, Hamilton, and Parham. Nice feed for Parham. Off the window. Hamilton, the big man, with the look.
Beat Mila on that back cut.
Here is Mila. Bad pass. Lowry in the lane. Zayd Lowry, full head of steam. Levon Jotham Daniels, his first look for Providence tonight. St. Louis native. Owens one-on-one with Jotham Daniels. Denied, and Todd Bach. With 3 to shoot. Here's Owens, the tray. Short. But Marquette keeps it alive. Lowry. Owens cleans it up. Everything a struggle for Providence tonight, including that offensive glass.
And listen, you knew it was going to take your best game, but I don't think anyone could have predicted this one.
Especially how early it happened. 8 to shoot. No fine for right there. You said it then. Early and often for Marquette. They built a 27-point lead at halftime. It was above 20 in an eye blink. Like we were discussing earlier, at UConn up next, and that stands between Providence and potentially falling to 1 and 3 in Big East play. Lowry rises up the Hamilton feed.
Yeah, and see, it's 32 now. It looks like pickup. I always feel like this from the coaching days that it's usually one extreme or the other after this. It's usually a 3 or 4 hour film session to where you're rewinding every single possession, or you just burn the tape and you wake up tomorrow and move on. I'll tell you, I remember probably Ed Cooley's, I think, first or second year. He beat Rick Pitino in Louisville by like 32 points, 29, 30 points on this floor at home. And after the game, Rick Pitino said, listen, some nights nothing goes well. And that's basically been the story here tonight for Providence. I mean, Marquette was just the lead at both ends, but to add on to it, nothing went well for the Friars. Then they also add that the Louisville Cardinals won the national championship that year, however. So they didn't get stuck in the mud for long.
Important context there for Rick Pitino. Similar showing tonight for Shaka Smart and the Golden Eagles. Creighton, that hard-fought win over St. John's earlier today. And That's what Marquette has to contend with. And these type of efforts, Marquette, the 8th ranked team in the country, they're going to continue seeing love. This will be the Golden Eagles' first win on the road in downtown Providence in almost 6 years. Last time they did it, February of 2019.
Bonk's a tough one to officiate with both ways. He embraces, he likes that physicality.
Down to 10 to play. Barron threads the needle for the aforementioned Bonk to the free throw line. He's a tough guy to guard. Anton Bonk, 7'2", 270 from Vanuatu. Didn't fall in love with basketball until he was 15 years old. And once he got serious about it, he visited a friend in Davis, California. They were just shooting around at a local gym. And there was a player from Eastern Arizona Junior College there and said, look, here's this 7'2" guy. He's actually pretty good, told his staff. And that's how Bonk wound up in junior college. Hence, he falls on a Providence's radar.
7'2", 270. It's a lot to work with there.
All Marquette tonight, ringing in 2025. For the first time in almost 6 years, the Golden Eagles come on the road. They don't just beat Providence, they blow out Providence to go to 3-0 in Big East play.
Clicking on all cylinders and did everything right. It started with the defense, started with Cam Jones, and then it just went to Stevie Mitchell and everyone else down the line. It's an elite performance by the Golden Eagles.
A complete effort, and Marquette 3-0 in Big East play for only the 3rd time in their 20 years in the conference. That's it for us. The final score, 78-50 Marquette. After the break, we send it out to our LA studio to Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson, for Ben Parisi, Emmanuel Berbari, Brian Buchauer in the truck. Have a great New Year's Eve.